Mass vaccination metro of Nashville could be soon easing COVID-19 restrictions. Vaccinations are playing a major role in this becoming a reality. News 4's Alexandria shares what restrictions we could be lifting and when we could see it happen.
I think we are also making good progress.
Good progress in vaccinations.
When we hit the 20% mark of Nashvillians who receive at least one dose of vaccination, what that does is that triggers my colleagues at the Metro Public Health Department over the next 7 days to evaluate the situation on the ground, make sure that there is not anything unusual in variants or case numbers and maybe mortality and hospitalizations.
The Metro Coronavirus Task Force announced last week, once we hit that mark, restrictions would start to ease.
That reopening plan then will involve increasing outdoor places such as Titan Stadium or Sound Stadium or even music theaters that are outside to 33%.
Some of those other changes would allow increasing the capacity allowed in wedding venues and places where conventions are held.
And hopefully we can get to 30% and then we can get to 40% and so forth, because that is what's going to trigger us being able to reopen in a quick and more efficient manner.
Now, the Health Task Force also tells us that we could see these restrictions ease as early as the end of next week.
Now, Alexandria, we've seen some counties start to enter into phase 2 of the vaccination already. Any chance Metro Nashville could do the same?
Yeah, Dr. Alex Jahangir that you heard there in the story also tells me that we could be easing into phase 2 next week as well. So that's going to include those 55 and up. This is also going to include those in social services, public transit workers, and some postal workers. Marius.
Alexandria, thank you for the very latest. And coming up in about an hour on News 4 at 6, I sit down with the chair of the Metro Corona Task Force, Dr. Alex Jahangir. He weighs in on Nashville reopening and the vaccination event tomorrow. Tune in for News 4 at 6 to hear what he has to say.